When I talk to investors or agents who are thinking about getting Privy, and they always ask me, Benson, can I use Privy to find deals? And the answer is yes. You can definitely find investment properties using Privy. There's two main questions you need to answer. The first thing is, what is your investment strategy? Are you doing fix and flip? Are you looking for a rental property? Are you looking to wholesale or do creative deal structure? That's one of the most important questions to figure out. Okay. The next thing is, which market are you going to be in, right? What market are you going to be in, which will define what a deal is, because a deal is different in every single market. A deal in Los Angeles is completely different than what a deal in, say, Denver, Dallas, or Philadelphia would be. And so you're fortunate enough to have data inside of Privy that will help you identify what a real deal is based off of what other investors are already having success with. And this is called investor activity. So we can leverage investor activity to figure out what a deal is in a particular market for your specific exit strategy. And then we can reverse engineer that and find deals matching your exact deal criteria using Privy's deal finding algorithm. Now, that was quite a mouthful and it might sound complicated, but it's really, really simple. So let's say, for example, we wanted to find a fix and flip or something that would fit a discount, for example. Maybe it could be a fix and flip, or it could be a wholesale, or it could be a BRRRR property, maybe even a rental, right? It's just a straight rental. So if we want to find a property at a discount, we come over here and we click this button right here that says fix and flip. Now that's going to show us where all the investor activity is nationwide, and then we can figure out, okay, where should we be looking for deals? Now we've talked about how to select markets in previous videos, and we talked about how to leverage investor activity on the whole. But I want to show you how simple it can be to find a deal just by leveraging investor activity and using this button right here that says find similar active deals. So let's pick up a market that has high investor activity, like let's say Dallas. And then I'm going to drill down into the Dallas market here by clicking these property clusters. And then once I get close enough here, these clusters are going to show me which neighborhoods we should be targeting. So it's easier to identify an investment property in areas that has high investor activity because you have the evidence there. If you are in a rural area, or if you're in an area in, say, some of the northern states, you're going to have less evidence of what a deal is. So it's going to be harder for you to find deals yourself that match your specific deal criteria. So right down in here in the Dallas market is where I'm going to be looking for deals. I'm going to go ahead. I'm just going to circle this using the drawing tool. And then I'm going to drill down a little bit closer here, and I'm just going to look at one of the deals. Okay, now no one property is going to give us the full picture of what's happening in the Dallas market, but this is going to be at least one data point that's going to help us identify what a deal was to this particular fix and flipper. All right, so we can see here that this property was just sold for $320,000. Looks like a flip. I'm going to scroll all the way down through this comparative market analysis to this section right here that says before and after. So right here you can see this property was purchased in December of last year, and then they just sold. And we can see here the before and after photos, and we can see what it looked like before it was fixed up. And this is where we can start to understand what a deal is. So just look at this dramatic transformation here from one to the next. And then we can come down here and then we can start to see the numbers and understand what a deal is. So this property was purchased for $210,000, sold for $320,000. They got it at 66% of the ARV. So if I'm a fix and flipper, a wholesaler, or if I'm doing BRRRR, I understand now what my competition is doing. And I can also see through this data point, and possibly we've been looking at more data points, other sales that happen, that around 66% is where a property starts to become a deal. So what we can do is we can use that as a data point to now look for properties in that same market, knowing that this property here was something that made sense for at least one investor. So I'm going to click this button right here that says find similar active deals. And Privy now is going in and it's analyzing all the properties in this area, and it's going to be looking for properties that we can buy today. Now the default filter right here is set to 75%. Remember that last one was purchased at 66%. So I'm going to lower it to 66%. And then we're going to now look for properties that we can buy. Now that property was purchased less than $400,000. So let's go ahead and lower this to $400,000 as well. And, we could add in any other criteria that we wanted: bedrooms, bathrooms, square footage tolerances, year built. It's up to you. So I'm going to click this run search button. That's going to go in and it's going to rerun the analyzation of the property. It's going to show us some properties that we can buy right now. So here's a property that's a 2-1 that could be a good deal. It's 1,438 square feet. And we're going to click into this and we're going to start to look at this property. So this needs a lot of work, right? It looks like it might have had a fire. I can't really tell what's going on with it exactly. But when we scroll down into the comparables here, we can start to see what's actually going on with this thing. So this property has comps, right? We've already eliminated all the properties that are too big, too small, too far away. And it's going to allow me to analyze this property from an investment perspective by comparing the as-is property with properties in the area that were possibly renovated. And then we can use that to determine our after repair value. Now I'm going to go ahead and click distance right here, and that's going to sort these by the closest to the furthest property. The ones that are closest typically are the ones that are going to be the most relevant. And so this property you can buy for $85,000. The closest sold property, this one went for $275,000. That one's a little bit too new. Let's go ahead and hide that one. This one is $1,950,000. That's a little bit better. This one's $1,926,000. So between $164,000 and $215,000 is what our property would be worth. Now, we do have a couple of adjustments to make here. This property is a 3-2, ours is a 2-1, so we have to subtract out the value of an additional bedroom and bathroom unless we could stick another bedroom and bathroom in this house. Now, the reason why this is lining up as a comparable is because it has similar square footage. It's within 15% tolerance of the square feet, which means that there's a chance we could get another bedroom and bathroom here, but let's just assume we can't. Now, a bedroom in this market maybe is worth $20,000, a bathroom is maybe worth $15,000. That's $45,000 we would subtract out of this. So that would bring that down to $180,000. Okay, $180,000 adjusted ARV. So $180,000. And if we get this for $85K, do a little math right here. And we take $85,000 divided by $180,000. And that gives us 47%. That's significantly lower than what that last property was purchased at. That was at around 65% of the ARV, something like that. So this would be worth looking at, right? So without a whole lot of work, without having to go and run comps on hundreds and hundreds of properties to find the 2 or 3 that are actually good deals, we were able to use the comping algorithm to search for deals based off of what other investors are already having success with, give us a comparative market analysis so we can quickly look at the comparables, make some quick adjustments on bedrooms, bathrooms, and such, and then look at this property and say, you know what, if I can get this property at asking price even, maybe ask for a little bit of a discount, I can get that property and it can still make sense financially from a fix and flip perspective, up about 47% of the ARV. So that's how powerful Privy's comping algorithms are to help you identify good investment properties from a fix and flip perspective.